Mary, meet Leo. Leo's sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Leos. If you're watching this live on, if you're watching it on a restream on YouTube and you want to skip through my shuffling, you can use the chapters in the video description of this video. Like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all Leos, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, starting today, the 14th of April. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch, and moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Jennifer and the lovely Erin, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Heather. Thank you so much, moderators. Moving my coffee over. I spilled it just a minute ago. Luckily, there was a lid on it, so not very much spilled out. But I was laughing so hard that I was late starting the stream. Okay, so today I'm reading with this Old English Tarot. I love this deck. I like to bring it out every so often. It's got great images. And I've already purified with this Vervain by L'Occitane, which I adore. It's my very favorite of all the commercial van bands. And you can find information on how to purchase each of these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. And if you love our videos on Twitch and you don't want to watch those pesky ads, you can subscribe to us on Twitch. Let's see, we have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, and we list all the tarot decks that I read with, which are currently in print, and those are affiliate links attached to those lists. And so that means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Mostly we just appreciate you being here with us, Leo. Just as a reminder, if you find that this reading isn't making any sense or doesn't seem to apply to you, it may not be for you, because it goes out to a lot of people. So if that's the case, just disregard it. Check out the other zodiacal readings for your other sign, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find those all on my website, ariels-corner.com/zodiac. arielscorner with a hyphen.com/zodiac. Don't read with card reversals, so you're going to see me flipping cards right side up. It's just how I like to read. All is well, I promise. All right, let's do 2 more shuffles for all of you gorgeous, amazing, fabulous, and wonderful in every way Leos. I just love the Leos in my life. I love everybody, though. I can't say that it's only the Leos, because I just love all the signs. But Leos, you have a very special place in my heart. Cutting nice and clean for all you amazing Leos. 7 of Swords, King of Wands, 4 of Cups. Very positive reading to start with. Very beautiful. You know, you're so good. You know, and a lot of times people think of Leos as being real egotistical. You're not. Usually you have the ability to have a healthy self-esteem, and sometimes people misinterpret that. But I want you to lean into that heavy self-esteem. And if you have some problems with self-esteem, today's a really good day to start moving out of that, because for these next couple of weeks, it's really going to behoove you to lean into your talents and really know that what you do well is important to not only you, but to the whole world. A lot of people around you, everybody benefits from you doing well and being the best you that you can be. And so I don't want you to ever worry about, I can't be egotistical because I don't want people to... No, you're not being egotistical to have high self-esteem. It's actually quite humble when you have self-esteem. Ego is, I'm not very good. That's like saying God screwed up. You know, that's egotistical. You're amazing, and there's nothing that you can even take personal credit for, because you didn't create yourself. So, yep, I'm pretty amazing. Isn't infinite intelligence wonderful? You know, so you are amazing, Leo, and I want you to recognize that we need you amazing. We depend on your amazingness. So nothing for you to hide your light under a bushel about. You really want to let yourself shine. And you're not saying that you're more, wonderful than other people. What you actually are doing is you are inspiring other people to shine their own light in their own way. And so we need you. We need you to be your great Leo self. Now, this 4 of Cups is talking about a spiritual practice being really important more than ever. So if you're one of those people that likes to do a regular spiritual practice, but you've been sort of not being that great at being consistent with it, now's the time to get consistent, because the more consistent you are with that regular, systematic, daily, meditating or whatever it is that you do, prayer, magic, law of attraction, whatever your thing is that you do, get systematic about it and make sure that you're there every single day doing it again and again and again and again, because that daily spiritual practice is really going to empower you to not only feel good about your talents, but to supercharge and energize them so that you're successful with them. Now, being regular and being systematic and orderly about your spiritual practice is what's indicated by the Four of Cups in the way I read them, the cards. Now, the fours are Jupiter, and so get ready for expansion along all lines, but especially expansion in your work, expansion in your talents, expansion in the things that make you tick. Really, really a very important sort of time in your life right now that you're really expanding into more and more and more of the you that makes the world better. Okay, so you do have a very, very important function to fulfill, and I want you to get that, and that there's a humility attached to saying yes to that. So don't hide your light under a bushel. Now, Seven of Swords is talking about how things have been upgrading for you. Things have been turning around for you, and that's not a mistake. That's because the universe is paving a way for you to be successful. Now, you have to take that ball and run with it, and that's where that spiritual practice is being indicated, because the Seven of Swords is all about... I know a lot of people have different ideas about what the cards mean. That's why I don't like to use the illustrated pips, because the numbers and the suits mean something very specific to the way I read, But the Seven of Swords, in my own personal understanding of it, is a complete upgrade and turnaround, especially in regards to what wasn't working and what what you were conflicted about. There may have even been fights and conflicts and just awful stuff going on. And the Seven is saying, out of those fights, some great stuff has emerged. It's not like, well, I'm glad that we had the fight, because it's maybe not quite that far, but since we had to have those fights, or since we had to have those conflicts, isn't it amazing how the universe can take that and give us a gift? And now that gift is all that's left. The conflict is over. The gift is what's left. Isn't that wonderful? So let that be the truth for you, and don't go back into any kind of resentment. Don't allow yourself to be moved back into oh yeah, remember when she did that, or any of that stuff. It's let that stuff go. Let the conflict go, but be present for the gift. Be present for all of those gifts that are yours. A lot of gifts. Five of Swords. Ooh, it was bad. Ooh, it was bad. It was awful. No wonder you need a little bit of a boost of your self-esteem. Somebody was mean to you, or you were mean to somebody, or both. It wasn't pretty, whatever this is leaning to. Now, sometimes the Five of Swords is talking about something very ancient. Sometimes it's not recent, and it's maybe a very ancient abuse pattern or something like that you're finally getting the gift from. But for others of you, it's been very recent, where there's been some awful abuse. I mean, just cruelty for cruelty's sake. It's not just a misunderstanding. It's just like the worst of humanity was being represented in glorious living color. I mean, just awful. But look at this. Even that, there were gifts that the universe made and gave to you. And so that's what we want to focus on, is the gifts, because those gifts are plentiful. Look at this, another 6 here. Oh, you don't have to, I shouldn't say another 6, because this is your only 6 so far. And then the Page of Cups. Okay, so this is talking about how good the news is versus how bad it was. And a lot of this is coming through. Now look at this, that there's a wand and a wand here. So this is all coming through your work in the world. Your own, what you have to contribute to the world is where all your gifts are coming through. And The 6 is reminding you that your function in the world and what your work is in the world is heaven sent. It's very important to understand that this is your soul's journey. It has nothing to do with ego stuff. It has nothing to do with necessarily the drama of the world. You have very, very specific and important functions to fulfill through your work and through your talents and all of those things that I was talking about earlier about how you shouldn't feel anything other than grateful for how amazing you are. I don't want you to listen to people in your past who try to bring you down, because they were wrong, they were incorrect, they were mistaken, and they were not at their best. They were not at their best. They were trying to exhibit the worst side of humanity. And you might have been involved with that too. You might not have been at your best either. I mean, there's always two to tango. But regardless, the gifts that came out of that are all that are remaining. And so let's leave it that way. Let's leave it in the past and recognize that you are very, it would be very helpful to you to, as part of this daily spiritual practice, that you align with that solar light, that you align with that part of the universe that has the capability of changing things for you, rearranging things for you, reorganizing things for you, so that you're always on the path. You're always on exactly where you need to be the most successful that you can be, because the universe needs you successful. The universe needs you. The world, we all need you successful. We all need you to be at your best, at your optimum. So the more you can align with that part of the divine energy, that brings you in alignment with the divine design, the better. So if you don't know how to work with that solar light, you may want to. I have 2 versions of that meditation, and I would do them frequently, because this is indicated, especially in regards, like I said, to your work. Now, there's a lot of good news, and that good news is going to be coming through your silent times every day. So whatever your daily spiritual practice is, I'm hoping that you learn to incorporate at least part of it, if not all of it, sitting in silence and relaxing your body and mind and focusing on the good news. Now, when that good news comes through to you, it may come through with images and voices and messages and all of that, but it may not. A lot of times for me, when I'm dealing with this Page of Cups energy, it's like I call it like a download, where stuff just gets downloaded silently, and I don't even know that it's there. But then later, it reveals itself. So just sitting in silence and accepting the good news that the universe has for you. There's a lot of good news, just like never-ending good news coming to you. And that's what the universe wants you to focus on right now, because that's the truth, and definitely not getting pulled back into the past, because it does look like it was just awful. I mean, it just looks like it wasn't good at all. And so I'm sorry that you went through that. I'm sorry for all of you, whoever was involved, that all of that happened, but it's not happening anymore. And so much good came out of it. And that's where we want to focus our energy. You're doing great, Leo. I just adore you. I think you're doing so well. I'm super happy for you. And it's just up from here. But it's up to you to make sure that you keep your mind focused on that good news, on that spiritual practice, and getting your talents and your work and the things that you're here to do. That's your priority, not all of these conflicts, which are in the past. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and thank you so much to Jennifer, Aaron, and Heather for moderating, and we will see you soon, Leo. Blessed be.